Please stand and remove your hats for our national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Rabbi Isabel DeKonig.
Class of 2021, you have traveled quite a journey together. You have conquered campus life and co-op jobs. You have completed endless problem sets and built countless prototypes. You have been called on to consider how you can use your skills as engineers to respond to the great human challenges laid bare by tectonic shifts in civil society and earth-shattering pandemic. Through it all, you have persevered and built lifelong friendships, transformational mentorships, and the foundations of future success. Finally, today, we have arrived at your graduation. So with hearts overflowing, we give thanks for you, our graduates, for your families and friends, for our faculty, staff, and administrators. Each person here on this stage, watching this ceremony at home, and so many others we can call to mind today, has served to nurture, sustain, support, challenge, inspire, and uplift you on this journey. And by the merit of that devotion, we are able to celebrate this joyous graduation today. We ask the source of blessing to bless you, our graduates, as you go forward into a world rife with challenges and ripe with possibilities. May you go out from Drexel with eyes filled with wonder and hearts filled with courage and compassion, ready to explore the world as it is and inspired to help transform it into the world that it might yet be. May the lessons you have learned and the tools you have developed here at Drexel serve to propel you forward. And may the relationships that have sustained you here on campus continue to sustain you as you go out to build and design, explore, understand, and innovate. May you each find roles that allow you to offer the world your greatest professional gifts. And may the work of your hands and hearts be ever in the service of community and humanity. May every day from this day forward offer you pathways for continued learning, growth, and service. May bold vision, wise counsel, and generosity of spirit guide your way. And wherever your path leads you, may each of you always be accompanied by great light, laughter, and love. Be who you are, dear graduates. May you be blessed in all that you are and all that you will become. Congratulations to the class of 2021. May this moment carry you forward from strength to strength.
Please be seated. Please welcome President John Fry.
Thank you, Rabbi Isabel, and good morning, everyone. This is such a great day, and we are all so deeply fortunate. We are fortunate to gather together and virtually as the College of Engineering, the cornerstone of Drexel University. We are fortunate to be successfully emerging from a challenging time for our university and for all of our communities. And most of all, we are fortunate to be able to celebrate the members of this outstanding class who will graduate today. So on this day of celebration and joy, let me be the first to say congratulations to the amazing class of 2021. We are so very proud of your accomplishments and wish you the best of success as you join thousands of other proud Drexel alumni. I hope you savor this milestone in your academic career and on your life's journey. You deserve all the accolades and more. This class has pushed the boundaries of academic and research excellence and set new standards for civic engagement. And if the past year has taught us anything, it has taught us how incredibly resilient all of you are. You've learned already that you are entering a challenging and complex world. And more than ever, it is a world that desperately needs you. It needs the many contributions you will make in your places of work and in your communities. You hold in your hands the long-term health, equity, and prosperity of our society. How you make use of the knowledge you have worked so hard to acquire will determine our collective future. It has been said, wisely, that the success of our society and our democracy rests upon our willingness to think of each other and not only of ourselves. My hope is that you will embrace this principle, that you will step up in your communities, and that you will take on the solemn responsibility of leadership. Knowing this class of 2021, I have no doubt that we can look ahead with great confidence. We can contemplate the truly exciting and deeply necessary ways in which you will contribute. Our university is a profoundly better place because of your efforts. Our capacity for knowledge, for innovation, and for service is so much greater thanks to each of you. And that is what we celebrate at commencement. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our commencement speaker, Ann Stevens, a highly accomplished corporate leader with a successful track record spanning more than 3 decades with some of the world's leading corporations. I know that Ann will have many insights to share with us this morning. So let me close by saying this to our graduates. All of us at Drexel are looking forward to hearing about your future successes in scholarship, in your professions, and especially how you serve others. I want you to know also that all of us at Drexel University hold you in our hearts. So once again, graduates, congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. And now it's my honor to introduce my colleague, Sharon Walker, the Dean of the College of Engineering.
Good morning. Thank you, President Fry. I am really thrilled to celebrate this important milestone with all of you today. First and foremost, to the class of 21, on behalf of the entire College of Engineering, I offer our warmest congratulations to you on your graduation and welcome you as the newest members of the Drexel Engineering alumni family. You are forever part of Drexel Engineering, or the Dragoneer family. I urge you to stay connected to your alma mater, and our alumni network is extensive, and I'm certain that you will find relationships you built as a student at Drexel will continue to enrich your professional careers. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our dedicated faculty and professional staff members who have worked tirelessly and remain committed to our students' success through the most untraditional academic year. I also thank the numerous staff who have put their time and energy into creating this wonderful virtual program for us. Now I invite you to think back to when this journey began. When you joined the Drexel Engineering community, you marked a milestone in your academic career, the commencement of a new chapter in your life that brought change, uncertainty, excitement, and celebration. Today marks another milestone, We all recognize this year is non-traditional, but in many ways, we are at an inflection point that is quite similar to the day you first arrived on campus, particularly in terms of facing change and uncertainty. Now you face your next milestone, armed with the skills and knowledge to succeed no matter what life throws your way. Your training as a Drexel engineer has prepared you to be resilient today and in all the days ahead. You are ready. And we, the faculty and staff at Drexel Engineering, your family, your friends, your loved ones, and support network, we believe in you. So in this ever-changing world, we want to be sure you also experience the excitement and celebration of a job well done. Of course, you each have your own success story, but one thing you all share is a privilege, the privilege of graduating college, and of graduating college with a degree in engineering. This privilege comes with great responsibility. To be mindful of the talent you possess and take advantage of the incredible opportunity you have to make a positive impact in the world. We have taught and mentored and instructed you, and now you are off to fulfill your role as engineers, to innovate, to invent, and to use your knowledge and skills to serve and advance humanity. So just how will you do that? Through your resilience and determination. And if there is anything we have learned from you, the class of 2021, is that you represent the strength, flexibility, and adaptability needed to succeed in today's world. And I'm not just referring to the pandemic. This has been a year of challenges, difficult social conversations, mixed emotions, divisive politics, health concerns. On top of that, engineering is a demanding discipline, and the journey may not have always been easy, but through it all, you have rebounded to arrive at this moment. Now, I could take days, if not longer, to share all of your wonderful, meaningful stories, but for today, allow me to highlight just a few. Mark Petrovic, a bachelor's and master's graduate today in material engineering, suffered a serious sports-related injury and challenging recovery from surgery, but it didn't let him stop him from working daily to improve his fitness and actual ability to play with the Drexel men's soccer club, and ultimately the regional tournament, all while maintaining a rigorous course load. Mark's story is filled with perseverance. Lavinia Thursch, a PhD graduate in chemical engineering, hails from a small village in France and was faced with a challenging idea that as a teenager, as a woman, she could not compete in STEM. She did not let the opinions of others stop her, and she persevered, learning English and some German, traveling abroad, and ultimately coming to the States to earn her doctoral degree with us. She learned to believe in herself and grew confidence in her skills. Lavinia's story is certainly one of determination. Jared Perry Smith, one of today's graduating students. From his father's rattling diagnosis of cancer to sudden financial challenges, by sophomore year, Jared was faced with an intense emotional and academic challenges, a situation so dire at one point he was confronted with academic probation. While most thankfully his father's condition began to improve, Jared also faced the painful and unexpected loss of his best childhood friend and a dear friend he met here at Drexel. In just a few short years, he was forced to deal with more life challenges than so many at his age. He could have chosen to give up, let emotions take hold, let financial holds expel him from Drexel permanently, to lose sight of his future, but instead, Jared forged ahead. He mustered the strength needed to keep his ambitions from slipping through his fingers. He thought of his friends who would have encouraged him to keep going, and he dedicates his final studies to them. He also called on his network. He wasn't afraid to ask for help when he discovered he needed it, and ultimately, he was able to return to his studies in engineering. And in fact, he finished the term with his own personal best GPA. Jared's graduation today is most surely a sign of resilience. Perhaps something from Mark's story, Lavinia's story, or Jared's resonates with you today. Perhaps you face different but equally challenging circumstances. Whatever the case may be, the fact you are here today is a defining moment. You are resilient. You have arrived. My wish for you all is that you carry this resilience and determination with you in all that you do. Each of you has something special to offer the world, and with your knowledge, skills, and perseverance, I am certain you will engineer a better world for us all. Class of 2021, my most heartfelt congratulations to you on this momentous day. I'd now like to take a moment to introduce two individuals who are proof of these qualities of resilience and determination. First up is Rasheem Clark, a fifth-year student graduating with a major in mechanical engineering and a double minor in engineering leadership and music. Rasheem is a first-generation college student who knows that leaning on your support network can give you the strength you need to take risks. Rasheem will now share his reflections as a member of the Drexel Engineering class of 2021.
President Fry, Dean Walker, Mrs. Stevens, Drexel faculty and staff, family, friends, and online viewers of in the class of 2021. Good morning, and hi, Mom and Dad. It is my distinct honor to have been chosen as the undergraduate speaker for the College of Engineering. Honestly, this is such a surreal moment. As seniors, we're finally finishing Drexel and preparing for the next stage of our lives. Time sure flies. By now, I bet most of my fellow graduates have probably been congratulated on achieving another milestone, started celebrated with a champagne bottle or two, and that you've been asked questions pertaining to your post-graduation plans. If you don't mind, I have a few more questions to ask everyone to get your brains to tickle. Don't worry, these are not engineering problems. I promise you will not experience PSD flashback of college exams. Yet. Trust me on this. These questions will serve everyone well. Have you ever reflected on your life and thought about events that impacted you to this day? Were you able to achieve goals you set while attending Drexel? Have you ever faced situations of uncertainty, doubt, and failure? Finally, have you ever felt a series of strange moments where you still try to come to terms with how certain things came to be? I know these questions can be considered deep thoughts. I get it. I know. But these are questions that most of us face. Particularly, these have been on my mind for quite some time because they reminded me of several lessons I learned over the past 5 years here at Drexel. I'd like to share with you 3 of those lessons. The first is developing a better sense of self-awareness. When I first started, I wasn't entirely aware. Sure, I had goals and plans, but I never really understood how to handle emotions and make proper judgment in certain areas. I suppose the best way you can describe this is being in survival mode, like how Ned was surviving middle school in a classic Nickelodeon show, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, which I hope some of you watched years ago. Since I was in survival mode, I wasn't exploring myself and ignoring important signs. I didn't meet most of my expectations. I did not achieve a desired GPA. In fact, I was almost at academic probation at one point. True story. Yeah, the first, last, and only time to be specific. I think this is the first time I'm actually mentioning it, to be honest. I was also rejected from multiple job and research opportunities and experienced financial difficulties. In summary, I found myself taking too many hits and to the point that I became lost altogether. It was a hard time. I faced many moments of uncertainty and doubt. And I wasn't alone. Transition to college, particularly one as rigorous as Drexel, is daunting, especially to those of us who are severely allergic to chemistry or dislike coding. I want to emphasize how working through these experiences encouraged me to learn more about myself and to immerse myself into the college experience. So to answer one of the questions from earlier, freshman year impacted me for the better. And it's evident now that things worked out because look at me in my regalia. And it worked out for everyone watching at home too. Hopefully, most of you are in your regalia now, or at least will wear it later to take some amazing graduation photos. Today is a good day to celebrate. Am I right? The second lesson is seeing the beauty of humility and knowing how anyone can benefit from having the right support system and guidance, which can lead to a positive impact. Our class is special because we faced so many obstacles over the past few years, especially over the past year alone. Let's be real here. We never imagined experiencing a global pandemic and finishing our final year of college remotely when we started college years ago. I haven't. A lot of changes have been thrown our way, and some of them are coming at us faster than we could realize, and some of them still happening. Even so, I can confidently say that we displayed perseverance. We demonstrated strength. We were able to do our best to adapt to change the best way we could. And as a result, we're graduating during the pandemic. I can imagine there were times where a lot of us felt fatigued, unmotivated, like the world was about to be taken over by aliens from the outer who knows where. To answer the last question from earlier, I have experienced strange moments. We all did. But we persevered. I believe in giving credit where credit is due. So again, kudos to my fellow graduates. We've done something that will be talked about for generations to come. I would like to emphasize to those of you that have not already noticed, but we have, and we did, displayed adaptability. It is an important skill to have in life, for we are bound to face more challenges in the future. Whenever we face those challenges, I'm willing to bet that all of us will have the wisdom needed to navigate them. For all we have accomplished, though, I find in some of my interactions that some of my peers do not give themselves enough credit. In lieu of today's current events and all the mayhem the world is facing and certain individuals are facing, now is an ideal time to uplift each other and give deserving recognition. There's a lot of amazing individuals in this graduating class, whether you're graduating from 2 degrees, honors, a minor or minors, or even with just your bachelor's. We all achieved a breakthrough. Also, having a support system is extremely helpful because we are human. We need that boost and source of motivation. It's in our lives. I'm not sure I'd be standing here right now if it wasn't for the help of a great number of people. I could spend an hour thanking them one by one, but I hope they know who they are while watching the live stream. So, to answer one of the questions from earlier, I achieved so many goals because of my support network, with one obviously being graduating. Finally, the last lesson I want to share is to see the value and importance of growth and realize that there's always room to grow. Some may argue that college is just an opportunity to train us with skills that are applicable in academia or in the industry. However, I think it's much more than that. College is an opportunity to work on personal growth. It's a good thing to do because you'll have higher chances of gaining a better understanding of life. As my late grandfather once said, the best lessons in life are taught through experience. So ask yourself this question: am I still the same person who started Drexel? Allow me to point out the obvious answer. No. No, you are not. If you want one obvious reason, I suggest looking at that piece of paper called a college diploma whenever you receive it in the mail. It's evidence that we completed a rigorous college experience. Again, it's an accomplishment that's extremely difficult to achieve. Growth affects the mind. I can guarantee that many of my fellow graduates shifted mindsets. I did. For example, I learned to own up to my mistakes and take charge in correcting those mistakes and preventing new ones. I also learned to stop being so hard on myself because it will only make me feel worse. I noticed this in some of my peers as well. I also learned to take risks and not be afraid in doing so. By growing, we continue to learn many lessons. And it's important to know that, although we do not know everything, it's okay not to have all the answers. By completing college, it is evident that we have the right mindset to think about what to do next in our lives. Whether it involves going to graduate school, working in the industry, or an area not related to your degree, or just simply taking time off for a mental health break and self-care. Well, it's important to know that while this is the end of our undergraduate career, we're not done here. Life has so many starting points. One was when we started Drexel, another is today. It is time to make the world a better place to live in and encourage each other to do the same. Yes, it's a surreal moment, but more good things will come our way. Remember to take time, decompress, and lean on any available support, because we simply cannot achieve anything on our own. And on that note, I'll end with a saying that was brought up in one of my classes this past term. Be the protagonist in your own story. Thank you, and congratulations, Class 2021.
Thank you, Rashim, and congratulations on your graduation. Now joining us to share his experience as a Drexel Engineering graduate student is Zhenxiao Zhao. Zhenxiao finds his passion in data analysis, and now he's ready to help machine learning and AI revolutionize industry. Working with graduate advisor Gail Rosen, professor of electrical and computer engineering, Zhenxiao helped to analyze thousands of SARS-CoV-2 DNA sequences submitted by doctors around the world to identify, label, and track variants of the pandemic-causing virus. He will move on from Drexel to work with Capital One as a data scientist. Zhenxiao will now share his reflections as a member of the Drexel Engineering class of 2021.
Thank you, Dean Walker. President Fry, Dean Walker, Mrs. Stevens, Drexel faculty and staff, family, friends, online viewers, and the class of 2021, good morning. I'm honored to be selected as a graduate speaker. I would like to begin by thanking people who have helped me make it to this moment. I thank my parents for their support and encouragement. I thank my wife. I could not have made it this far without you by my side. I thank my graduate advisor, Dr. Gail Rosen, to whom I owe a debt of gratitude. Thank you for your invaluable guidance. Last but not least, I would like to thank Drexel University for everything I have experienced here. I have spent more than 6 years as a student at Drexel. I first came here as a student, go for master's degree in electrical engineering. Back then, I was still trying to figure out what I should choose as a career. A personal hero of mine, Steve Jobs, once said that you've got to find what you love. But what exactly do I love doing? I had no idea. In fact, it is much harder than it sounds to identify what you are passionate about. We are living in an era of information. With a search engine, we can discover far more career and life possibilities than our parents ever knew. It is hard to concentrate on one single thing when other options are available. A product manager like Steve Jobs sounds very cool. A web developer is another good choice. I'm grateful that my program at Drexel helped me find my life career, data science. During my study at Drexel, I tried out different career paths through the co-op program. The normal course for me would have been to become an electrical engineer after my master's program. But in my first co-op, I realized that I'm more excited about studying the data than building circuits. I survived the daunting but enlightening probability and random statistic courses taught by Dr. Walsh. The profound but illustrative machine learning and pattern recognition courses offered by Drs. Cohen, Stan, and Berlich. Finally, I started my PhD program under Dr. Rosen's supervision to conduct open source research on microbiome data. And it became clear and clear that exploring patterns in data is what I love and I'm good at doing. Last year was a big challenge for all of us. The pandemic and lockdown made our final year tougher than ever. My training in data science allowed me to contribute to the community fighting against COVID-19. I developed an algorithm and helped people monitor the different variants of the virus in the early phase of the pandemic. I appreciate the platform Drexel provided for me to make this happen. And I think a career should be something you love to pursue and can make a positive impact on the community. If you haven't found yours, keep looking and don't settle. Dragons, it is the worst of times. Human civilization is facing the threat of climate change, and people are suffering from economic inequality. It is also the best of times. Artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things are reshaping the industry, and the dawn of another industry revolution is coming. Congratulations on your many accomplishments, Dragoneers. Let's get out and disrupt the industry with cleaner, smarter, and fairer solutions. Finally, please allow me to quote Walt Whitman to conclude my speech. The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Zhenxiao. In honor of all of our graduating students, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge your ceremonial hood. This hood and this doctoral degree represents the culmination of years of dedication, of commitment, and tireless work. We are so proud of your achievements, and we celebrate the moment with you and your loved ones. Congratulations, Zhenxiao, and all of our master's and our PhD students today upon your graduations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we want to acknowledge those students who have received special recognition from the university. In the spirit of honoring exceptional academic achievement, we wish to recognize our undergraduate student who has completed their degree with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. And I would like to congratulate Gabriel Joseph Holder on this exceptional accomplishment. Congratulations. I would like to recognize those undergraduate students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement at Drexel as reflected in their final grade point averages. Students who graduate with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7 are designated as cum laude, or with honor. Will cum laude graduates at home please give yourself a round of applause and bravo. Those graduating with a GPA between 3.7 and 3.9 are designated as magna cum laude, or with outstanding honor. Will our magna cum laude graduates also please give yourself a round of applause at home? Congratulations. And last but certainly not least, students graduating with a GPA of 3.9 or higher are designated as summa cum laude, or with highest honor. Will our summa cum laude graduates please give yourself a round of applause at home? Congratulations, congratulations to you all. Each year at commencement, we present the Harold W. Pote Behind Every Graduate Award, named for the late Drexel trustees. This award recognizes excellence in secondary school teaching, and selections are made based upon nominations by graduating students. One of this year's winners is with us today, and I would like to congratulate Mr. Michael Boyer from North Penn High School and your nominating student, Jonathan Hulenbach. Congratulations to both of you. The Teaching Assistants Excellence Award is presented by the Graduate College to graduate students who serve as teaching assistants and who exhibit exemplary commitment to student learning through reflective teaching practices, innovative teaching methods, academic support, leadership, and a commitment to their professional growth and development as an educator. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, Hamed Yasagi, who is receiving a PhD in architectural engineering. Congratulations, Hamed, and congratulations to you all. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Ann Stevens. A pioneer for women in engineering and as a leader of Anglo-American PLC, Ms. Stevens will receive an honorary degree from Drexel this year. She is an alumna of the Material Science and Engineering program, a member of the class of 1980, and a former Drexel trustee. Before joining Anglo-American, Ms. Stevens was CEO of GKN Aerospace and held roles at Lockheed Martin, Carpenter Technology Corporation, and Exxon, as well as Executive Vice President of Ford Motor Company and Chief Operating Officer of Ford in the Americas. She was elected to the National Academy of Engineering in 2004 and received a Distinguished Service Citation from the Automotive Hall of Fame the same year. She has been named 4 times to Fortune magazine's list of 50 most powerful women in business. She was honored with Drexel's College of Engineering Circle of Distinction Award in 2001 and the Department of Material Science and Engineering Outstanding Alumna Award in 2003. Ms. Stevens' career serves as an example to our graduates of finding success on your own terms, and we are extraordinarily proud to bestow this honor on her, and we welcome her to the stage.
Thank you for that most kind introduction, Dean Walker. President Fry, Dean Walker, graduates, and guests, let me start with acknowledging the exceptional education and life experience the 5 years at Drexel provided me as a great foundation for my career. Thank you. Since my graduation in 1980, I've had a business career that has now spanned around 4 decades and is still not over. As an executive, I've worked in oil and gas with ExxonMobil, in automotive with Ford Motor Company, specialty metals and powder metallurgy with Carpenter Technology, IT systems with SAIT, and automotive and aerospace systems with GKN. As a non-executive director, I've had the privilege of serving on the boards of 6 New York Stock Exchange and FTSE-listed companies. All of these positions have provided me with the opportunity to travel the world, enjoy the hospitality of many beautiful cultures, and the privilege of leading global teams, solving both technical and many times social problems. You know, I've really thought about what have I learned over all these years with the experience, and what are the few things that I wanted to share with you today. First is persistence. I believe you need to know what you really, really want, and then ask for it. And when the opportunity knocks, go for it. And from my experience, it usually happens at an unexpected and usually an inconvenient time. Second is flexibility. In today's job market, you have got to be flexible. A career does not always follow a straight line path. Sometimes it means that you have to take a sideways promotion or even a demotion. You have to be realistic, coming to terms with your own circumstances, and then turning them into your own advantage. You know, I think, too, it goes without saying that we must always be open to new ideas and novel ways of thinking and approaching challenges. Maybe I don't need to be saying something like this to an audience of engineering and technical professionals, but I do feel that it is really important that we should always remember that work should be a constant learning process. By that I mean in business, nearly every day, you'll be confronted by something new. You may be highly experienced in your field, but often it isn't enough on its own to deal with a novel situation. That happened to me quite recently in my own career. At the beginning of 2018, I took over the position of CEO of GKN, which is one of Britain's biggest engineering companies. The board had forced the resignation of the incoming CEO, and very quickly I had to transition from the governance role of a non-executive director to being the executive CEO of the company. Then just 2 days after I took the role of CEO, we received a hostile takeover bid, and an intense battle began. Quickly, I had to build a high-powered team. We worked long and we worked hard and garnered much shareholder support. But with the entry of hedge funds and activists, we lost the shareholder vote by less than 2%. But the long, drawn-out battle had led me to realize that in addition to qualities such as the ability to build a team, persistence, and flexibility, a leader needs to be a great listener. Last thought I'd like to share with you is that a leader needs to be decisive, and when the occasion demands it, appreciates that the buck stops with them. Sure, they need to be tough, but at times they need to be tender. Please never forget we are leading people with human emotions. Of course, there are many different approaches to leadership, as there are leaders. Years ago, when I was with Ford and I was in charge of South America, a young Brazilian manager asked me, "What is your style?" I really had to think about it because for me, it's a gift to lead people where English is a second language because the questions are just so direct. So I thought about it and I said, my style is push, push, hug. I must say that I felt a bit deflated when my HR VP stood up and then added that there are many, many more pushes in my instant than hugs. So from my experience, persistence, decisiveness, toughness are additional keys to success, but so are listening and at times tenderness. A major mistake made by some leaders is to think that they've got all the answers. I've always found knowledge at all levels of an organization and never expect the higher-ups in the hierarchy to know everything about what is going on. This became very clear to me in my very first position as an engineer with ExxonMobil. I was in central engineering, and we were sent into the refineries and into the chemical plants when the local staff needed the next level of expertise. I was the fourth engineer to be sent into the chemical plant. The problem that we had to deal with was cracked composite cooling tower blades. I looked at the fracture and was pretty sure that it was an impact failure. So I asked to climb the cooling tower and did so with the operator. We looked at the blades and I asked them, is there anything possibly that could be hitting these blades? He smiled and he showed me how they secure the blades for minor maintenance. And the root cause of the failure was all too evident. The operator knew all along what was causing the problem. But he said I was the only one who ever bothered to ask him. Turning to the future, it's a hallmark of strong leaders that they look many years ahead, even if they don't know any more than the rest of us do how things will eventually play out. But what all of us do know is that in the next few decades, it will be very different than anything that we've experienced to date. So as leaders, we have to try and future-proof our enterprises by developing a long-term perspective for a more sustainable business. The years ahead will be a time of unprecedented change in the variety, the sheer skill, and the rapidity of technological innovation. Right now, we're really only at the start of the so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution, and it is one that will be led with artificial intelligence, and we must prepare for this new world. This constant technological transition is presenting a whole array of new challenges, and people in their work and in their homes are constantly having to adjust to the manifold and rapid changes that are taking place. Who could have predicted the world that we all just lived through with COVID? You are the future managers and leaders that are going to take us through this transition, both responsibly and sustainably. Great outcomes will be determined by the actions of those who lead. Those actions, in turn, are shaped by leaders' values, their vision, and what they see as their purpose. As we look to the future in this very fractured world, I believe that the education and the experience that you received at Drexel University provides you with a foundation to responsibly lead in whatever field of endeavor that you pursue. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you for the opportunity to return to this most wonderful institution.
Thank you. And on behalf of Drexel Engineering and Drexel, the whole College of Engineering, we thank you. In this ceremony, we have paid tribute to the graduating class of 2021. And now it is the graduates' turn to salute those who have helped them along the way, family members and loved ones, as well as faculty and administration. We would like to take a moment to recognize all of the parents, the spouses, partners, children, and loved ones of our graduates. So please stand so that they may receive the thanks they so richly deserve. From all of us, thank you. We are also excited to continue graduation activities on Friday, June 11th, with the university-wide commencement at Citizens Bank Park, beginning at 7:30 p.m., where all the degrees will be formally conferred. Once again, congratulations, graduates. Please continue watching for individual recognition of graduates. Congratulations.
Doctoral degrees: Vahende Alundansimi, Lufti Agartan, Khaled Alahusun, Swarnanendu Chatterjee, Zheng Tao Chen, Chi Chu, Michael Cimarelli, Chun Xiao Kui, Brian Cummings, Mustafa Furkan, Jian Gao, Sarah Gleason, Jeffrey Gregorio, Kanit Hantanasirisakul, Christopher Henry, Zachary Hinton, David Howe, Khalid Hurab, Saad Hittakab, Kyle Jarudis, Surajyoti Kar, Saeed Kashani Langrudi, Xiangang Lai, Yuan Ping Li, Chen-Shi Lee, Xiaobo Li, Melvin Mathew, Conor McCafferty, Sean Murphy, Raul Pai, Hossein Razi, Shakarur Widwan, Karthik Sanagai, Asia Sarachiva, Robert Swan, Lavinia Thursh, Simji Uzan, Jessica Weaver, Kai Wee, Benjamin Worden, Rebecca Winter, Kermalis Weldius, Hamad Yasahagi, Zheng Kwao Zhao, Yo Wang Zheng. Master's degrees: Joseph Ansel, Kevin Barito, Anthony Delapia, Prasenjit Gaurav, Alexandra Gonzalez, Devin Jaranik, Nicholas Lawrence, Aaron Lutz, Ranajit Majumdar, Jeremy Marancelli, Giovanni Morales, John Prisk, Shifani Rajabose, Vikram Shindi, Prashant Singh, Chaiwan Yun, Aaron Goldberg, Ina Sison, Laura Mejia, Mohammed Aitekin, Dane Bell, Sean Flynn, Ilana Goldberg, Hussein Ibrahim, Abigail Krishnan, Troy Ludlow, Joseph McGovern, Elvira Marie Mikhail, Nicholas Paparo, Jacob Barron, Michael Braze, Abigail Clune, Kevin Connell, Paras Doshi, Cheyenne Dyer, Brent Lee, Zizu Lee, Hugh Mai, Tai Nguyen, Wenham Tan, Jithin Thenasseril, Stephen Abbott, Alan Buller Jarrett, Zachary Kalilam, Emily Claus, Dennis Custer, Matthew Jacobson, Gabriel Jasinski, James Jones, Carter Lane, Paris McAdoo, Jade McNair, Audrey Mesencherikov, Troy Onesti, John Shields, Abdulaziz Bolabanat, Cameron Colv, Neha Cherian, Christy Gazdani, James Hanuman, Cheng Hong, Kibria Islam, Matthew Judge, Zikang Ling, Willow Livengood, Albert Milani, Moaz Moazam, Jonathan Palko, Kala Rashid, William Swerin, Christopher Ozokwi, Yang Yi, Akinsola Aldensanmi, Mohammed Algarian, Kelly Bachard, Jordan Berman, Tarang Bipin, Sara Christensen, Luis D'Onofrio, Erica Fieldshire, Jao Gaspar, Christopher Hawley, Courtney Houtsma, Lauren Jackson, Matthew Kolowski, Nicholas Mice, Oluwantosin Ogunsanwo, Conor Overend, Laureen Pellegrino, Gina Shepard, Valerie Stevens, Sumit Surawanshi, Stephen Johan, Harry Young, Cornelius Nwagwu, Matthew Riley, and Warama Adenu Mensah, Shannon Belfield, John Kidge, Hung Win, Elrod Owusu Osumeng, Madeleine Pelchat, Ryan Barrett, Michael Barsoom, Thomas Heiser, Divya Kamareddy, Jacob Nance, Rayna Newkirk, Mark Petrovic, Arianna Rivera, Susan Schickling, Emma Schnelling, Azaz Vahora, William Wolf, Nicholas Anatasi, Elisa Allmiller, Angelica Batista, Wei Jin Chen, Ray Korherer, Kurte Ergenenkhan, Eamon Fitzgerald, Chase Foley, Mayank Gulati, Nitish Gupta, Gabriel Holder, Jonathan Jung, Alex Kolesnik, Jagjot Singh Kamra, Matthew Koppel, Barack Kumas, June Kwan, Derek Lehman, Victoria McDonald, Kevin Mayashiro, Moise Morel, Cameron Neely, Michael Reed, Nathan Roberts, Michael Rossini, David Simpson, Dwanit Vispute, Yubo Wang, Michael Wiest, Adam Astorito, Todd Brackman, Stephen DeLucre, Sierra Harris, Imani Germani, Tim Mack, John Newcomb, Kenneth Pasternak, Ishan Patel, Michael Quake, Ronella Rodney, Jennifer Williams, Karen Yamrick, Thura So Ong, Nicholas Banks, Alexander Barage, Ramleen Chagar, Sarah Corson, Hein Duong, David Nees, Alexander Leager, Siobhan Montenegro, Glenn Nyman, Ian O'Donnell, Shannon O'Dwyer, Anjali Patel, Fu Fan, Jason Rodman, Renee Saraka, Amy Tran, Jason Wilson, Jacob Winter. Bachelor's degrees: Mika Awai, Michael Burchick, Kyle Christensen, John Cook, Manon Flamini, Holly Hughes, Brian Hyun, Anchit Jain, Vishis Jain, Spencer Kosiba, Amanda Kohler, Reese Masucci, Andrew Norris, Stephen Pettit, Michael Sciarra, William Tompkins, Julian Adams, Mohammed Ahmed, Zachary Arvanitis, Sudipti Atri, Dylan Au, Joshua Baboff, Garima Baral, Adam Bartone, Sharak Bashir, Olooladi Bello, Dylan Berryman, Olawadi Mayola Balaran, Roy Anthony Kaleha, Elende Chongolola, Leah Clark, Nicholas Daniels, Hone Dow, Victoria Delicio, SK Dipta, Kaylee Estep, Lucas Eaton, Haekyung Kim, Matthew Harp, Connor Harris, Nokon Ho, Zachary Hoffman, Zachary Hop, Daniel Kim, Edgar Kobe, Joseph Korger, Pranav Laxman, Yui Liao, Anthony Liddy, Alexandria Mock, Maxwell Martin, Marta Martinez Yas, Kevin Mercedes, Joseph Miller, Caitlin Moran, Thomas Mulry, Trang Nguyen, Charles O'Brien, Brianna Ogilvie, Olawantamilor Oganranti, Sean Oliver, Donna Oyella, Nancy Pan, Kevin Praw, David Rakowski, Jared Reich, David Renderio, Marissa Richardson, Oscar Romero Corletto, Gabriel Sable, Tanya Sinelli, Savannah Schmidt, Alex Scuttaline, Albanisha Savaraj, Daniel Steinberg, Hubza Seda, Tony Tang, Tu Min Tran, Shannon Wilbraham, Zudi Yi, Jared Yext, Jacqueline Zakowski, Kai Zhang, Kun Zhang, Manuel Zibarov, Caleb Achampong, Kumar Aditya, Narda Ali, Bailey Allman, Moyenda Alston, Gabriel Alves, Vladimir Babyi, Tyler Banas, Karanpal Bhatia, Cassidy Borneman, Stephen Caponia, Dylan Cohen, Julia Coleman, Evan Cook, Michael DeAngelis, Anjali Desai, Connor Dodson, Xiaochen Du, Rowan Du Bois, Jean-Ajay Dunmore, Jeffrey Forbes, Lainey Fries, Abigail Gard, John Gillich, Tristan Hall, Milan Harris, Waeed Hassan, Haley Heron, Tolly Hersfeld, Sun Huang, Alec Hodgson, Emily Hoeing, Ryan Keeney, Helena Kim, Sophia Leno, Yan Lee, Jack Litsky, Mia Lowe, Rebecca Mann, Savina McGarity, Megan McKenna, Tyler Mira, Michelle Mitchell, Daniel Moten, Sari Nicholas, Thomas Novia, Brian O, Victoria Porter, Pritesh Prajapati, Andrew Shields, Tomas Steiff, Matthew Tuzel, Monica Zaman, Ziqing Zhang, Amanda Zurabida, Abhishek Adhikari, Mohammed Adib, Hassan Alarabash, Nael Abaki, Mufaz Anam, Mrildu Awashthi, Adam Bengus, Ryan Berkins, Theodore Butler, Han Kao, Harpreet Chima, Harry Chong, Dayan Chowdhury, Benjamin Coons, David DePeace, J. Dave, Saugat Dawadi, Jessica Dixon, Betul Dogan, Hassan El Maghari, Claire Fancher, Christiana Gershi, Joy Hanamsheet, Jason Houghton, Sean Wazo, Tone Hyun, Neil Jagad, Rufeng Jiang, Abdulai Kante, Manika Kestri, Hai Lee, Aaron Lee, Juan Lee, Manjun Lee, Ricardo Mayo, Stuti Majmudar, Michael Manley, Daniel Martini, Fernando Mendez, Jason No, Dao Nguyen, Huang Nguyen, Din Nguyen, Charles Nishal, Daniel O'Connell, Liam Ossenfort, Julius Park, Jay Patel, Michael Pilbin, Ishik Raman, Grant Reynard, Animesh Sarkar, Nicholas Sika, Meet Singh, Ronit Singh, Jichu Ta, David Turcho, Angela Wei, Haoshen Wu, Hazem Yosef, Johnson Zhao, Mishari Al-Harbi, Sarah Andrade, Brendan Baskai, Thomas Bell, Jacob Britton, Brody Brush, Albert Ciardi, Jason Four, Brian Glennon, Alexander Hewitt, Eric Kasperowitz, Christopher Kwaska, Connor Mayer, Daria Neri, Tianye New, Michael Passarella, Samuel Pastuzan, Kaylin Schnell, Justin Schnepp, Yu Chen Sa, Noah Spear, Catherine Tiarks, John Valerio, Timothy Vitello, Sachit Agarwal, Sabir Ahmed, Khurshid Ahmedjanov, Yagit Khan Al-Parslan, Michael Angelilli, Alina Augustine, Roberto Barada, Dylan Bond, Marina Bencharska, Glenn Brown, Michael Bioni, Saiwei Zai, Derek Campbell, Kevin Carbone, Jean-Luc Cassengol, Joshua Cohen, Timothy Cross, Sujoy Das, Mark Detry, Nicholas DeMarco, Dan Dunkers, Daniel Gable, Miriam Gansadlize, Sean Heller, Justin Joseph, Ross Kelly, Wakwas Khan, Richard Ligmanowski, Edgar Maldonado Castillo, Joseph Nestor, Rachel Newen, Dennis Ojienko, Gregory Olson, Jonathan Oppenheim, Samir Parahar, Kush Patel, Michael Peters, Ahad Rafi, Allison Reed, Adam Roosh, Cody Scully, Darav Shah, Tenzin Shua, Joshua Shelley, Yu Shi, Alexander Schaff, Matthew Sigda, Antonio Stroh, Justin Sweeney, Eva Teputsky, Jaron Varghese, Tien Vo, Stephen Vollinger, Wanji Ying, Kandokar Abrar Zawad, Pollock Bargava, Sturford Alfred, Richard Atkinson, Benjamin Bollinger, Guillermo Brooks, Kei Sung Chen, Ayana Gardner, Daniel Goldenberg, Adam Grimes, Grandin Hamill, Luke Hausman, Edgar Jimenez, Dana Jones, Manya Kaholi, Hui Nguyen, Guy Sappington, Nicholas Senich, Alexa Kasser, Marissa Coolidge, Jordan Cutting, Montri Dow, Adrian Elkine, Carolyn Houlihan, Francesca Johnson, Sean McGinnis, Kendi Only, Celine Presley, Ashlyn Rimsky, Curran Sathia, Noah Weiss, Melody Wu, Anna Younger, Zain Alali, Carolina Barbosa Velasquez, Akul Bell, Ryan Bowman, Jacobus Berger, Samantha DeHaze, Anne Claire Desch, Evan Dubenfront, Max Gubenog, Tiffany Franco, Joseph Gooch, Jonathan Hollenbach, Oliver Jantz, Monica Kilson, Shishuan Lee, Kezia Manaj, Neil McNair, Elizabeth Morose, David Parchment, Sun Pham, William Reel, Ariane Saldana, Andrew Shevchuk, Kirsten Snodgrass, Zayim Abdul Wakil, Sarah Andrew, Stephen Arfuso, Sanika Arya, Andrew Atherton, Kevin Atwell, Joshua Backelman, Ryan Bromley, Timothy Campanella, Ian Campbell, Sebastian Carta, Vincenzo Cavallero, Diana Chang, Brian Chiang, Riley Chiofi, Byung-Woo Choi, Anthony Ciampi, Alexander Salento, Natalie Clark, Rasheem Clark, Erica Cooper, Evan Cost, Andrew Coyle, John Crawford, William Culbertson, Andrew Dang, Anthony Del Gracio, Jason D. Phillips, Yogabda Diallo, Randy Deep, Gabrielle Dorset, Ivan Dragiv, Kevin Dreesy, Matthew Dwyer, Samuel Estrin, Paul Farrell, Kevin Fenimore, Vincent Angelo Foja, Cameron Fox, Mario Fracula, Rocco Fusatello, Srivatsa Ganesh, Ryan Garvey, Jack Gavin, Jamie Giannini, Joshua Glenn, Eric Goggin, Kelsey Gombert, Jamil Grant, Matthew Griffin, Patrick Hahn, Bailey Harp, Anwar Hassan, Ismail Herrera Tello, Matthew Haran, Joshua Honey, Ryan Hushar, Robert Hole, Xiao Hu, Trevor Jackson, Andrew Janis, Armand Jethmalani, Tianyi Ji, Zachary Jones, Christina Jones, Rishi Joseph, Alvin Joseph, Evelyn Kamuyu, Logan Karsiski, Matthew Kelly, Kyle Kent, Jerome Kieswetter III, Joseph Kim, Thomas Kish, Morgan Call, Alexander Kunch, Michael Kuriosis, William Landy, Feng Lao, Justin Lee, Peter Lenahan, Alex Lay, Casey Lorimer, Zen Lukowski, Jason Liu, Ryan Malone, Jacob Manera, Justin Moranin, Noah Marshall, Tyler Massa, Anthony Messiah, Patrick Masterson, Eric Matrone, Tyler Milo, Alex Min, Brandon Mock, James Morse, Maggie Mulhern, Nomanzaya Monk Erdine, Nolan Murphy, Samuel Myers, Julian Naiman, Keegan Nagel, Dominic Nguyen, Nut Kwan Nguyen, William Nichols, Dante Palantino, Manpreet Parihar, Fausto Pasme Ramirez, Yash Patel, Jay Patel, Hina Patel, Dhruven Kumar Patel, Matthew Pellegrini, Kelvin Peng, Dong Fan, Jae-Shin Phillip, Martin Rexroth, Dale Rhodes, Lucas Rosselette, Nicholas Rudy, Balent Sechin, Surya Saket, Adrian Selek, Nicholas Savino, Joseph Scaglione, Jared Scaturo, Thomas Schifferly, Lane Schultz, Matthew Seidman, Justin Serwinski, Travis Sewell, Ranish Shah, Eno Shira, Jacob Segal, Gunpreet Singh, Brandon Smith, Jonathan Sutcliffe, Adam Taylor, Ashley Testa, Joseph Theohakis, Jake Topol, Anthony Torres, Eric Tran, Alexander Ewan, Riley Vroom, Brian Walsh, Thinley Wangchuk, Drake Wilson, Zhengga Wu, Jerry Shi, Tao Yan, Samir Yonis, Adrian Zavala Bedola, Simon Zokeep,